Some jobs are perfectly legal, but morally? Yeah, that's another story. From telemarketers and payday lenders to mega-church millionaires, these are the careers that make you wonder how the hell this is allowed. So let's listen. What profession is completely legal, but is often considered ethically questionable, according to Reddit users? Mega-church minister. IMO, tax-free extravagance. Look, I know that people are starving and all, but have you considered how much God wants them to have a private jet? Chiropractors. Snap and quack. I've yet to meet a chiropractor that wasn't a gigantic tool in other areas of their lives. My aunt is a chiropractor, says 5G towers cause COVID, vaccines cause autism, and COVID is fake. Dog breeder. Only if they catch you at it. If they're breeding showline dogs through the AKC and are involved with showing, usually they're pretty legit and produce healthy and ethically bred dogs. The backyard breeder puppy mill problem is real though. I'm surprised I haven't seen paparazzi yet. That was my first thought, those fucking vultures. I was so annoyed when I once saw an article that paparazzi spotted Bruce Willis outside after announcing his dementia. Leave him the fuck alone. He's struggling with a horrible illness. They will do everything to get money no matter how intimate or sensitive the photos they take are. And they still exist and earn good money for some shots, even after what happened to Princess Diana. In Denmark, prostitution. It's completely legal to sell sex. What is illegal is pimping. Prostitutes even have their own union. Telemarketing. I always like to describe it as legalized scamming. Their business is literally based on manipulating people into buying something they didn't ask for with false promises. When I was 14, a guy has called our home and I was super bored, so I let him ramble about this bed lice killing bullshit for 20 minutes. And when he asked me how I'd like to purchase, I said I'd need to wait for my mom to come back home, but I'm not really interested. He got annoyed but laughed about it, and then he got pissy when I said to not call again and hung up. Marketing to children. Like you have a bunch of experts in behavior and psychiatry and manipulation all sitting around trying to manipulate kids into spending their pocket money, or more likely manipulate kids to manipulate their parents into spending their hard-earned. It's so predatory. I think the bit on The Simpsons about Mount Splashmore is spot on, how the ads teach the children to annoy the parents into purchasing the product. And yes, and I will add people making extremely overstimulating and mindless content for children. I try to be a moderate parent, and my young child is allowed screen time. When I was less aware of how different programs affected her, we let her watch some shows that work most kids into a frenzy. She still asks about some of those shows months after watching them.
Hi guys, if you like my video, please just subscribe, drop a like and tap the bell, so you won't miss the next video. I'm already working on a new one for you, so see you.
Payday/vehicle title loans. If 800% interest rates in some cases aren't predatory or morally reprehensible, I don't know what is. I once went to small claims court to get a judgment against a guy who totaled my crappy car, and prior to my turn got to witness 5 separate payday/title loan employees approach the bench and get default judgments signed en masse by the judge. Like seriously, 15 plus cases for each lender, and them and the judge work through each one like machines. The entire business model is built on trapping their customers in default cycles. Just car sales in general. Even regular dealers are getting people to tack on all sorts of unnecessary warranties and packages and finance over 7+ years. These poor people go in to buy a $20,000 car and end up owing $32,000 for it, still owing more than it's worth 4 years after they buy it. Ironically, whenever car companies or dealers try and do a no negotiation, here's the price, here's the catalog of add-ons, get what you want or don't, since there's no sales incentives, people don't end up going for that model. It's because everyone thinks they'll be able to get the car at the special below market value price. By the way, it's not that that never happens, but there's certain tricks to it, namely going like a Tuesday or a Wednesday close to the end of the month. If they're used car lot, pick one that's been sitting out for a while. If it's new, then pick one where they're about to introduce a new model year and get the online price, secure outside financing as an option. But if it's a corporate store, you can often use that number to get an even better rate, since the car company's banks exist primarily to facilitate sales, not make money directly. Back when I worked at a dealership in the internet division, online quotes we assumed were people who are going to be doing a lot of shopping around, so the bosses just gave us the go-ahead to quote it at basically their minimum price, figuring they'd get the money back on financing or extras. Telemarketers. Getting paid to inconvenience others seems like wrong. With the invention of auto dialers that don't give real phone numbers, there's a special place in hell for them. It's disturbing that our government allows this to even be a thing. At this point, I'm not surprised how low our government stoops. Might be controversial, but real estate agents. Similarly, home inspectors as they currently exist. You pay a few $100s to have someone check out a home for you, but if they do a bad job, there's no recourse. Unless you're fairly handy yourself, you might not pick up on the fact that they've missed something until it's too late. And there's no option for, hey, I paid you $500 to check for this and you completely missed it, I want my money back. Our home inspector looked at the electric panel in the house we ultimately purchased. There's a whole section in our inspection report about it. He noted down the technical specifics, noted that there was room for expansion, not all circuits were being used, all sorts of stuff. So much stuff, in fact, that he apparently didn't have enough room to mention that the box was Frankenstein together from 2 or more distinct electric panels, and no electrician who wanted to keep their license would be willing to make use of the room for expansion. $2,000 on a new panel, which was fine, we got the new panel and our home is much safer now, but I'm still salty that we paid some dude to inspect our house, and he just didn't.
I knew a guy who made money by prepaying a percentage of an individual's life insurance benefit in exchange for the payoff upon their death. So say you're old man Jenkins and you have $1 million policy. This guy would cut you a check for $750K up front, and you're signing over the $1 million benefit that would be paid out to your next of kin. So you're essentially hoping all your clients die as quickly as humanly possible as you're making 25% on each. I don't know, man. I couldn't fucking do it. Strippers. It's completely legal, but some go to unethical means to get money. I remember being at a strip club in Portland that allowed credit card payments for dances. One guy was so drunk he could barely stand, and that didn't stop 2 strippers from selling him a few grand worth of dances in the back. I've also spoken to male strippers and women who were too into male strippers. Those guys might as well be pimps with how they seek to finesse women out of money. Tow truck drivers, it's such bullshit that they essentially steal your vehicle and make you pay to get it back. They're doing a service when you need your broken down or wrecked vehicle moved, but it's real lame when they tow because you're parked in the wrong spot. Surprised this was so far down the list. Sure, there are some legit reasons for tow truck drivers, but when they're just towing you because you parked for 5 min longer than you were supposed to on a near empty side street, it's a completely exploitative bullshit practice.